Hey everyone, it's Keyshawn Brown and welcome back to the channel. Who doesn't love making money, right? But it's not just about making money, it's about making your money work for you. That's why in today's video we're diving deep into the top investment opportunities for 2025. Whether you've got a portfolio bigger than my last Tesla payment or you're just starting out on your investment journey, these strategies can help you build long-term wealth. So grab your coffee, buckle up, and let's get this money. All right, before we jump into the exciting world of stocks and alternative investments, let's start with the foundation good old-fashioned savings. Now, I know what you're thinking, Keyshawn, savings accounts. That's boring. And yeah, they're not as flashy as a Tesla Roadster, but they are the bedrock of a solid financial strategy. We're talking about high-yield savings accounts and certificates of deposit, or CDs for short. These options are not going to make you rich overnight. Let's just get that out of the way. But what they lack in flash, they more than make up for in stability. These are your safety nets, your sleep well at night investments. High-yield savings accounts offer a higher interest rate than your typical savings account. It's not a huge difference, but every little bit helps, right? CDs lock in your money for a predetermined period, typically ranging from a few months to several years. In exchange for that commitment, you get a fixed interest rate that's usually higher than what you'd find with a savings account. The longer you lock in your money, the higher the potential return. Think of it this way. High-yield savings accounts are like your reliable Toyota Camry. They get you where you need to go safely and efficiently. CDs are more like a Honda Civic on a lease. A bit more commitment, but potentially a smoother ride with slightly better returns. They're perfect for short-term goals, emergency funds, or if you're just starting out and want to dip your toes into the investing waters without diving headfirst. So, before you go chasing those high-flying stocks, make sure you've got your safety net in place. Okay, so we've got our safety net in place with those high-yield savings accounts and CDs. Now let's talk about some investments that have a little more growth potential, mid-cap stocks. You see, the stock market can be a bit like a high school cafeteria. You've got your large cap stocks. Those are like the popular kids. Everyone knows their names, everyone's talking about them, but they also come with a high price tag. Then you've got your small cap stocks, the new kids on the block, tons of potential, but also a bit unpredictable. Mid-cap stocks, my friends, are like the hidden gems, the kids who are crushing it in academics, sports, you name it, but they're flying under the radar. These are companies that are well established, they've got a solid track record, but they're still in that sweet spot of growth. Think of companies like Corning, the guys behind that super durable Gorilla Glass on your smartphone, or SharkNinja, the appliance wizards making life easier with their vacuums and blenders. These are companies that are innovating, expanding, and poised for some serious growth in the coming years. Now, I'm not saying mid-cap stocks are a guaranteed home run. Investing always comes with risks, and mid-caps can be a bit more volatile than their larger counterparts. But because mid-caps are often overlooked, they can be undervalued by the market. So if you're looking for growth potential without the sky-high valuations of large caps, mid-cap stocks might just be your ticket to investment success. Just remember to do your research, understand the risks, and invest for the long haul. All right, thrill seekers, it's time to turn up the heat and talk about growth stocks, the rocket ships of the investment world. These are the companies that are disrupting industries, innovating at lightning speed and generating explosive revenue growth. We're talking about the Teslas, the Nvidias, the Eli Lillys of the world, companies that are changing the game and capturing the imagination of investors everywhere. Now let's be clear, growth stocks are not for the faint of heart. They're volatile, they're unpredictable, and they can take your portfolio on a wild ride. But for those who can stomach the ups and downs, the potential rewards can be astronomical. Think about Nvidia, the graphics chip powerhouse that's powering everything from gaming PCs to artificial intelligence. Or Eli Lilly, the pharmaceutical giant developing groundbreaking treatments for diabetes and Alzheimer's. These companies are at the forefront of their respective industries, and their growth potential is simply mind-blowing. But here's the catch: growth stocks often come with sky-high valuations. Investors are so excited about their future prospects that they're willing to pay a premium for their shares. This means you need to be extra careful when investing in growth stocks. You need to do your research, understand the company's fundamentals, and make sure their growth story justifies their valuation. Investing in growth stocks is similar to buying a Tesla Model S Plaid. You need to be comfortable with the volatility, believe in the company's long-term vision, and be prepared to hold on for the ride. But if you choose wisely and invest for the long haul, growth stocks can be your ticket to outsized returns and financial freedom. So far, we've talked about traditional investments like savings accounts, CDs, and stocks. But what about thinking outside the stock market box? That's where alternative investments come in. These are investments that don't fit neatly into the traditional categories, but they can offer some serious diversification and potentially high returns. One area that's been gaining a lot of traction is real estate. Now, I know what you're thinking. Real estate, that's for rich dads and house-flipping TV shows, right? But it doesn't have to be that way. Real estate can be a great way to build wealth, generate passive income, and hedge against inflation. And the best part is, you don't need to be a millionaire to get started. You can invest in real estate through crowdfunding platforms, REITs, real estate investment trusts, or even by becoming a landlord yourself. The key is to do your research, understand the local market, and invest in properties that align with your financial goals. Another alternative investment that's worth considering is private equity. This involves investing directly in private companies, startups, or even venture capital funds. Now, private equity is definitely not for the faint of heart. It's illiquid, it's high risk, and it requires a lot of due diligence. But for those who are willing to put in the work and have a higher risk tolerance, private equity can offer the potential for massive returns. Think about investing in the next Airbnb or Uber before they went public. That's the kind of opportunity that private equity presents. Of course, not every startup is going to be a unicorn, but by diversifying your portfolio and investing in a basket of promising companies, you can increase your chances of hitting it big. And finally, let's not forget about infrastructure. We're talking about investing in roads, bridges, airports, data centers, the essential assets that keep our economy running. So if you're looking to diversify your portfolio, think outside the stock market box and consider exploring the world of alternative investments. All right, investors, let's talk about sector-specific investing, riding the waves of the future. This strategy is all about identifying industries that are poised for explosive growth and investing in the companies leading the charge. It's like catching a wave at the perfect moment. If you time it right, you can ride that wave all the way to the shore. One sector that's been making waves for years now is technology. And no, I'm not just talking about buying the latest iPhone or investing in every tech IPO that comes along. I'm talking about identifying the underlying trends that are shaping the future of technology and investing in the companies that are best positioned to capitalize on those trends. Artificial intelligence, for example, is transforming industries from healthcare to finance to transportation. Companies that are developing AI-powered solutions are poised for massive growth in the coming years. Think about companies like Nvidia, Google, and Microsoft. They're all heavily invested in AI, and their stock prices reflect that. Another sector that's ripe with opportunity is clean energy. With the growing concern about climate change and the push for renewable energy sources, companies in the solar, wind, and electric vehicle industries are experiencing unprecedented growth. Investing in these companies is not just about making money, it's about investing in a sustainable future. And let's not forget about healthcare technology. The healthcare industry is undergoing a massive transformation, driven by advancements in biotechnology, telemedicine, and personalized medicine. Companies that are developing innovative healthcare solutions are well positioned to benefit from this growth. But here's the thing about sector-specific investing. It's not without risks. Industries can go through cycles, and what's hot today might be cold tomorrow. That's why it's crucial to do your research, understand the long-term trends, and diversify your portfolio across multiple sectors. By staying informed, diversifying your portfolio, and investing in companies that are well-positioned for the future, you can ride the waves of innovation and achieve your financial goals. So there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into the top investment opportunities for 2025 and beyond. We've covered everything from high-yield savings accounts to growth stocks, alternative investments to sector-specific opportunities. Remember, the key to successful investing is to find the strategies that align with your financial goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. Building wealth takes time, discipline, and a bit of courage. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more investment tips and insights. Until next time, keep hustling and stay invested.